Welcome to a video for Grade 12 Essential Math on land transfer tax. Land transfer tax is a tax that you have to pay whenever you are transferring land between two people for ownership. When you purchase a house, this is something that you'll need to pay that adds up to quite a chunk of money. On the provincial website, there is a chart that you can look at which looks just like this. The value of the property and the rate for it. This works out as a graduated percentage rate. This seems like graduated commission, if you remember that way back from grade 10. But this here, using this chart, we can calculate our land transfer tax. It works quite straightforward, but it is important to read the chart correctly and read it carefully. Let's take a look at an example of how to do this. So here we go. Jasmine bought a house for $225,000. She's got for the first $200,000, she knows the land transfer tax will cost that much. Okay, we have a house price here, $225,000. For the first $200,000, land transfer tax will cost $1,650. Let's read through our chart carefully here to find out what that means. For the property, on the first $30,000, the rate is 0%. On the next $60,000, the rate is 0.5%. So as we go through this, we can think of this as sort of filling up buckets. We're paying for this in chunks. The first $30,000 has no tax. The next $60,000 is 0.5% of that value in tax. And next $60,000, and we go up. Now, if you notice, it says from $30,001 to $90,000. From here, $150,001 to $200,000. This question says she already knows that for the first $200,000. So for this first chunk here, this is the first $200,000. It's $1,650. It gives us that. You can also look and say on amounts in excess of $200,000. So everything below $200,000 is already given to us. In excess of $200,000, well, her house price is $225,000. How much in excess is that? We can just subtract that $200,000, and you can do that in your head quite easily. That works out to $25,000. Great. This is how much she has in excess of $200,000. We know we have 2% as the rate on that. So just like what I'm going to do most of the time that I see a percentage rate, I'm going to take that, convert it to a decimal, 0.02. Be careful that you're doing that correctly. Remember, divide by 100. And multiply it by my 25,000, which works out to $500. Alrighty, $500 is how much she pays for this last chunk. How much does she pay in total? Well, we just add those together. 1,650 plus 500 works out to $2,150. And there is her total property tax or total land transfer tax bill. Land transfer tax gives you a nice chart, but it's really important to read it carefully as you go through. It's a graduated rate, so each chunk of money has a different rate on it. Curious, income tax and graduated commission work in a very similar way to this, so it's a useful technique to understand. I hope this has been a helpful video on land transfer tax, and have a great day.